See here, Matthew?
My arm's
Correct.
getting tired.
Hey, I'm Asle. I'm one of the co-founders of StarShip. The coin, the game, and everything we do here. I'm really proud of this community, and I'm here together with my partner in crime, Matthew Albright.
Hey guys. Yeah. So definitely proud of the community and the team, and thank you for your patience. I know there's been a lot of things going on here and a lot of bugs getting fixed, but it seems that our community is still growing and our support is stronger than ever. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm Stuart Peacock, the game CGO. Anything that's needed for the game, come to myself or Brandon. I think everything's going well. We had some issues which everyone's clearly aware of. We'll address some of the concerns and questions that we've been asked. But I think everything's moving in the right direction with the game. I think we're getting less and less bugs. The formula is getting corrected on a regular basis, so everything should be getting pretty much to where it should be and how it was always intended to be. And I'd just like to introduce you to Brandon next. He's our new project manager. So any questions, obviously, you can come to myself or go to Brandon.
And speaking of bugs, we're actually planning on adding some bugs into the game, but we'll talk about that soon.
Matt's always got something going on.
Yeah, introduce yourself, Brandon.
I'm Brandon. I'm the one that's been handling the tickets, trying to get everybody in the game and kind of get everybody on the same page.
What's your Discord and your Telegram name? Everybody knows you by that.
Grandpa.
Grandpa's
Why?
my sugar daddy.
Grandpa.
Gives me all the NFTs for the giveaway. So remember the face. He's a really, really top man. He does a lot for the StarShip community. Gives me all of the NFTs, maybe not all, but a massive proportion of the NFTs. So he's a top man. Really appreciate having you here, Brandon.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah.
So let's roll into questions.
Yes.
No,
so
wait.
we do
Yeah.
have some questions from the community. So I will start with the first one, which is additional Kyanite uses.
Wait a bit, Faye. I want to say something here because obviously, StarShip is not just a game. StarShip is the coin, the community, and a lot of other products we're working on. And me and Matthew have been working for a long time together with all you guys on and a lot of more than you see here in the TV or in the YouTube or whatever it's called. We have been working on. We actually bought a central exchange. We have bought all the licenses for Forex and crypto trading. We have Riv Protocol coming in Q1. How it's going to be, that's up to the lawyers. But we need to, like, this part of StarShip. It's grown so big, we cannot just do things the way we wanted to do, but because we need everything legal, or else it comes back to us all the time here. The last days, I've been working hard with Atomic Hub and their people in the technical assistance on the last phase of getting the orange badge on Atomic Hub. Like, we're one of the most promising and improved games there is out there in their blockchain. Not their blockchain, but on their website at least. And things are looking very promising here. Last thing I got today was they played the game with me on. I was talking to them. They were playing the game, how they claimed the planets and they made some Kyanite, and they kind of enjoyed the game because it's easy and it's fun with the chatting. I was chatting with them on the stream there, and what happened was, yeah, they send it to the next phase, and the next phase is the owners and the board of Atomic is going to have a look of their gameplay. So we're sending over a short video with the game. What's it called? The game improvement. So when that is done, hopefully they will say that, yeah, StarShip is legit. We do all the security checks we need. We have a company trying to hack us almost 24/7. We have them hacking in and out to find out if there's any vulnerabilities in it. And yeah, there's a lot of things happening. Matthew, you can talk a little bit more about the other products we're working on here, please.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to distract from the game too much right now, but the centralized exchange, it is licensed, and the company set up in St. Vincent, Grenadines, so SVG. We are working on a license for Singapore, and that's mostly for our bank account. So there's quite a few attorneys that we're working with, whether they're in the United States, Grand Caymans, Singapore, SVG. I think we spent 110,000 on attorneys since November. So we are doing everything right. We are doing it proper and legal and making sure that we don't get in trouble. But we are we're in the red zone here. We're about to score a touchdown. I don't know if anybody watches football. You guys probably watch soccer over there. Yeah. But we are almost, we're getting ready to score here. Everything that we promised, we are delivering on. And everyone who's been patient with us, they are going to reap the reward through all of our efforts here. So thank the team, thank the community, and thank everybody, because it was a long, hard road. And I think we all accumulated quite a few bruises from that road. So thank you.
Yeah, I've been all over Spain working with developers, been in US working with the companies. We have the Cayman Island companies running. We have, yeah, there's a lot of work getting where we are. And yeah, it's been some sleepless nights for many of us. But all in all, I think that we're going to deliver extreme much products. And as I've been looking at all over the blockchains, I never found anything like StarShip. We have so many products that are going to deliver. They're going to go back to the holders of StarShip. And if you noticed, both me and Matthew last week, we've been accumulating a lot of coins for ourselves because, yeah, we know that this shit is going to blow up soon.
Yeah, I think I added 150,000 tokens and you added 100, right?
Yeah, I spent like $60,000 last week buying tokens.
Did we lose Asle?
Yeah, I think we've lost the feed to Asle. Sorry, just the volume. Should we just move on to the questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will start with the first question.
Okay.
Which is additional Kyanite users.
There's always plans to add more to Kyanite, and it was always the plan to use Kyanite as a utility. Probably the first utility that will come with the Kyanite will be the blending feature. We're aiming to get the blending out hopefully within 2 to 3 weeks or so, and that will be payable with Kyanite gas. There's also going to be in-game purchases, bonuses. We're also looking at as your ships age, they deplete in energy, and then to use Kyanite to bump your starship back up to full capacity again. And there's various other features and utilities that we're looking at, but they're a bit down the line at the moment. As we're only sort of 3 weeks old, we need to sort of learn to walk before we can run. And we are pretty much getting over the few hurdles that we had, and I think everything's looking really, really promising. And yeah, we can move on to question number 2.
Okay, so will more planets ever be added to space stations?
In the short answer is no, there won't be. We've got 100 space stations that can be utilized. That turns into 1 million planets. We've got the capability of opening new galaxies for more space stations, which would in turn create more planets. So each space station won't be getting more planets, but there will become vastly more planets as the space stations become available.
How many planets is there per space station?
There's 10,000 planets per space station.
10,000.
So times that by the 100 space stations that we've got, that's 1 million planets. And then in phase 3.
Are you sure about that, Stu?
Huh?
I said, are you sure about that?
It's 10,000 space stations per 10,000 planets per space station times by 100 is 100,000.
That's 10 stations.
Sorry.
1 million.
Yeah, 1 million planets, 10,000 per. But I saw a document floating around that shows there's really only 6,000 planets per space station.
How?
No. The somebody questioned that this morning. We had the security team look into it. It was an error on the searching, and there is 10,000 planets per space station.
Yeah, I can explain that one. The search was limited to a planet ID of 30,000, assuming that the planet IDs were sequential. The planet IDs are actually a function that there's a mathematical equation that names the planet ID by its location.
Okay, so we're good then.
It is correct. It is correct.
10,000 per space station. I
Yeah.
thought I was going to trip you guys up there.
Nope. Somebody did point out today, and to be fair, it's fairly easy to understand, but it is correct. It is correct. So got nothing to worry about.
Okay, so are you guys ready for the next question?
Yep.
Improvement of performance of all NFTs, or at least the ones that don't contribute any value. What is the plan for them?
We're at a real early stage of the game. We expect a lot more players to come to the game, and all of them will need the basic NFTs to be able to play the game. So as the more people come to be playing the game, the values of the of the NFTs are going to go up in value, and the performance. The better the NFTs you've got, the better performance the NFTs components that you've got in your space station. There may be potentially down the line some ways where we can add some boosts to some of the component speeds, but that's nothing that we've really got in the timeline. So I think unless the formulas are drastically off, which they've not been quite right up till now, we think we've pretty much got it now. So I think we just need to evaluate the information that we get as and when we get it, and move on from there. But I think we're pretty much there.
Yeah, I want to add something there, Stuart. Sorry. The low value NFTs and the stickers and everything, don't forget there's going to be a blending phase in the game. And I myself, I've been buying some of the stickers, and I've been buying some of the low NFTs, because when they're going to get blended, I'm going to get higher values on the low NFTs. So there's like NFTs out there for 10 cents a piece, and I've been picking some of them up just to get ready for the blending phase. So they're going to be added more value. I know people, hopefully they're thinking they're buying an NFT and they want to sell it with the profit. Of course, you can do that if you look at the market, but those low ones, they could also be extremely valuable when you start blending these NFTs. It's going to be, I hope, and I think I've been promised by the developers that the blending phase will start in the end of this pre-alpha as a test, because we need to test that shit very good before we launch it in phase 2.
So why are my secondary thrusters so darn cheap?
Yeah, I don't know. I bought like mythics today for $400 each, and I'm just going to hold them because I know that value is going to be 10 times more in 2 months. So that's how it is.
So we are going to fix that, because right now I think people just say that they just consume. They don't add any value to the mining rate.
Yeah, Matthew, we talked about this on the phone, but this is new to me, and I need to check the data on it and take it with the developers.
Yeah, there's a break point where, depending on your ship rarity, some of the lower rarity NFTs are actually better than the higher rarity NFTs. We're working with the developers. They're aware, and we're trying to come up with a solution that won't inadvertently, break something else or, be too powerful.
Yeah, it is pre-alpha, Brandon. So like we're testing all the data out there, and usually in the pre-alpha you play the game with a imaginary token and you get imaginary money. But we decided that, hey, let's go for Kyanite, let's go for gold, because then we added 1,000 players in 24 hours just a couple of days ago, and of course people are recognizing that they're making money on it, and they're testing out different things. We have people in the community making a shit ton of different things to test the spaceships, how they're working and all that stuff. And the good ones we provide in Discord and we provide in Telegram groups. So but it
there's a component combination that I heard has a 10-day ROI. So if you want to know about that, message Smokey on Telegram, and he has a component combo where you get a 10-day ROI. So
hey, Matthew,
He's
you're
going to
one
love
of the owners of this game. Shut up. It's alpha. Let's test it. Let's have some fun.
Okay, so the next question I have, I think we already covered that one, which is the blending timeline, but you said it's going to be in phase 2.
No, it's going to be in the pre-alpha. Before phase 2, we're going to test it in the alpha.
Yeah. So then we have Facebook game integration. How and when?
That's Matthew.
That's certainly a Matthew, yeah.
That's third quarter is when they're expected to launch. They already have a plan built out for us, and they said it won't take long to implement. They are waiting for the game documents to be sent over from Jose. So as soon as they get those sent over, we can start moving on that. But we won't be able to release it until third quarter.
So the next one, would you consider changing the ship rarity system with regards to holding certain amount of StarShip, perhaps to holding a certain amount of Kyanite instead, or even removing the StarShip token requirement for rare and below ships?
The mechanics is set to the rarity based on the player's Starship token balance. It's sort of at the center of the game and kind of set in stone. We can change the dollar value which we can have people to enter in, but we've always said that we were going to stick to a dollar value, because when Starship gets to $50, $100, $500, $1,000 a token, to hold 3 tokens to be charging someone that kind of money to be able to play a game is outrageous. I don't understand it, and I do appreciate at the moment where we've had some price fluctuation, it messes with people's amounts and their ship rarity. But you're as early can be in this game, and it's really not going to be a problem in the long term. I know it's real money, but we've all got real money invested in it, but it's everything will be fine in the long term. It's just a case of sitting with it, and your ship rarities will go back up with no problem whatsoever. Everything will be fine. It's just right here, right now.
I feel like in the near future, you're not going to see your original ship rarity unless you already had Mythic. We're working with the developers to allow someone on our side to update the table that decides rarity. So if the price changes, we can adjust it a little bit quicker. As of right now, it's a manual process where values have to be physically entered on the contract, and the developers right now are the only ones who can do it. So it's been a little slow to happen, but we're working to change that and get it to where it's kind of updates dynamically.
Okay, so will there be any future pairing of Kyanite to StarShip?
We did look into bridging StarShip over onto Wax and then pairing the two. We haven't really pushed on that yet. It seems like the connection between Binance Smart Chain and Wax blockchain, they're working out the kinks. But I suppose we could pair it. I'll consider it, especially when we reduce the tax on StarShip token to 0. I think that would make sense. You usually don't pair two tokens that have a 10% tax each together. So, I think after the tax, definitely.
When will we be able to track planet earnings?
Do you want to take over with some of these, Grandpa, or do you want me to carry on?
Yeah, I can take that one. And this is from our developer house. In the future, they will add some sort of reports that you'll be able to see in game. They've already added an action register. It's under the, I'm not sure what the little picture looks like, but it's the button that everybody asked what it was going to do. It's the one above and to the right of the stake Kyanite button is now an action register. So every time you're logged into the game for a session, it's going to record every action you do. I assume that that would probably be something similar to your planet earnings would show up somewhere like that. But as of right now, you can check every action you've done in your current session under that button.
Awesome.
So is the Kyanite ever burned, and what are the Kyanite tokenomics?
No, Kyanite is never burnt. It's just back to the liquidity pool wallet in each transaction. The Kyanite tokenomics will change in the future based on its own game mechanics, as the rewards that are based on the Kyanite price become available to the Kyanite supply. So we're not a big fan of burning Kyanite or any tokens really. We have burnt some in StarShip before, but there was significantly different purposes for it. So no, with the limited supply of Kyanite tokens that we've got, I think we need to try to keep hold of as many of them as we can.
And then we have, can we please get a regular update from devs on what they're currently working on / plans for the near future? More communication, please.
No.
Yeah, I can answer that. Every
No.
time you log into the game, on the left side you will see what they've been updating, the latest updates. So there's happening all the time, and at the same time there's changes in the GGG, but you'll see the EC every time you log onto the screen. Left side, new things made.
Perfect. So the next one, For those who want to quit the game, the unequip option of their NFT should be brought as soon as possible. These NFTs are owned by the players. As you do not have the right to do this, I want to know when this update will come.
Who wants to answer that one? Shall I carry on with that?
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
I'll let you take that one.
Sorry, Matt.
I said I'll let you take that one.
I know you're going to say, why would you want to sell? And I agree. Why would you want to sell? And you're right. The NFTs are 100% owned by the player. We don't. It's not that we don't have the right to do it. We are in a pre-alpha. The development of the program to get it back and unstaked is in the works. So it's not as if we're trying to steal anything or trying to stop anybody from being able to take anything. Everything is in the GDD. Everything we do, everything we say we do, and it will be coming very, very soon. So yeah, don't worry, we're not trying to keep anything from anybody. It's just something that hasn't been implemented yet. We're a game which is basically 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
So everything will come.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, Matthew.
I imagine, has anybody tried to equip nothing on a different part of the ship and see if their NFT returns through the contract?
There's no way that you can equip nothing. You actually have to have an input either on the contract page, or you have to click on the NFT in the game.
It's kind of strange though, because when I was playing with Atomic Hub today, after they were done on their test account, not the test account on live mainnet, they sent me all their NFTs and said, "Thank you, we're happy."
They could send you all of their unstaked or unused components, but they wouldn't have been able to unstake their components. So if you was to log back into their account, I'm 99.9% certain that the NFTs will still be there.
Yeah, but anyway, nobody needs to be worried. We're not interested in keeping those NFTs. There will be an unstake button on all of this. You can unstake every component and you can sell them on the aftermarket or whatever you want.
Yeah,
we're not going to keep them. We're not going to lock them in a user account. So that'll be just.
That's unfortunate. I was looking for a reason to hate you guys. So.
Okay, so the last one. Are you guys ready? Why are there currently only 5 NFTs that do anything and the rest are just space fillers?
I'll take this one. It's not that they don't do anything, with the exception of the shield. The shield is will be, have a function in later phases. The other NFTs, the consumption NFTs that they're referring to, they do have value and they do something. They're just need to be balanced a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget that the stickers and all the NFTs that we made, that might come something you can use them for. So yeah,
Could we give any information on what we're going to use the stickers for? Could we give them a little teaser about that? Or
I can give a teaser that you need a sticker
I'm the one
to blend.
I'm the one who releases information early.
Okay. Yeah, but except if Paul, or what's it called again, Jake Paul is there, I'm the one.
yeah, this is coming from Mr. Leaky Matthew Albright.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, do you have anything to leak, Mr. Albright?
Yeah, but I'll leak my information later. You go on with this. I don't know much about it. So
No. When we talked, Matthew, you were in the meeting with the developers the other day, and we know how the blending phase will work. And all I know is that the sticker is going to be part of the game, and especially if we get that one Joker sticker that we call it from the BitBoy collection. To have that is like holding a mythic. That's enough said. That's enough leak.
So we're out of questions. Should we
So-
ask?
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. We're all out of questions.
Wait,
So the
it's
people
like holding a
that
mythic.
bought,
What?
It's like holding a mythic because you can upgrade a legendary to a mythic with that sticker, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's the leak again. That's the leak again, Matthew. That's what
So-
we talked about.
That's what we do. We like to leak stuff.
so if people were buying them yesterday for $35, they got a good deal.
I would
Yeah,
say I got a good deal on a couple of them. Yeah.
I got one myself.
It's going to be able to blend. You need it, and if you have the necessary amount of legendary, and you're missing one, or you can use that joker, and it'll be. I know if I see anyone for $35, I'm getting it.
The new mythics won't be as powerful as the original mythics. So always the original packs, whether it be our extended packs or the Pluto Alliance packs, they will always be the most powerful. So any blending that happens, they will always be slightly weaker. So the early adopters, their NFTs will always be the most valuable because they will be the first and the original NFTs for the game. So although we may get some more mythics out of it, they won't be as powerful as the originals. So it is worth keeping hold of your original mythic NFTs, and if people are selling them cheap, grab them whilst you can.
Okay, so we do have some people that are asking questions in the chat. One is asking, how will you increase the demand of Kyanite?
It's fairly simple, really. We're going to be introducing the blending. We've got 100 space stations. The space stations get sold to influencers, which have their own communities. So all of the space stations will be advertising and marketing their own space station because they get 5% of the fees. So we'll start our own marketing as we release the space stations. We'll the numbers of people will just keep on climbing and climbing and climbing, as it's set to be done on a staggered scale. We should constantly be getting players on a regular basis, which should keep the value of Kyanite just constantly going up on a real nice long-term chart.
Yeah, I've been talking to Matthew about that, and Stuart. We haven't started promoting the game. The reason is we're in the test phase, in the pre-alpha, and when we started this, when we talked about this first time back in November, we were hoping that not hoping, we were talking about if we have 1,000 people in pre-alpha testing the game, that would be awesome. But people are just jumping in here, testing everything. There's been like 5,000 players now. I don't remember the number, but we're close to 5,000. And of course, we're going to add this all the time. When we start the promotions, and we have this own marketing company that works for us and checks everything we do, we're going to add a lot of new people. And we have CryptoStack. We're working on his stations. On his station, it's supposed to come out the 24th, but there's a little bit delay there. Maybe we have a Thai station coming out the 17th of January. It's on Monday, I think. And there is a lot of other influencers and big communities standing in line to get here.
Yeah.
So, but when we start the promotion, then we will see both StarShip go up, Kyanite go up, and of course the number of NFTs will drop because there's just a few out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
the
see
price of-
StarShip. We see the small buy orders on StarShip, and I think that those are from people playing the game or entering to play the game or increasing their ship's rarity. Because a lot of times the holder count doesn't go up, but there's a $10 to $400 buy order, and then you see those little whales who are left over dumping. But yeah, the price of StarShip's starting to reflect, and I think that us implementing Starship into the game, because it was created by Starship for Starship holders, was a good idea. It helps offset any downtrends that we have or could have.
Yeah, so we've been working on this for a long time. We started this coin back in May, and the only thing we wanted to do is make a lot of companies partners and everything, just to help the Starship coin. And I know all you guys in here, you're holding a lot of Starship coins, and I know Grandpa Ultra is probably one of the biggest NFT holders in there, and we can make money on everything we do here, but all we need to do is focus and let everyone be a part of it. It's not like we're going to make one person rich. We're going to try to get everyone on this boat together.
But have fun, most importantly.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one I know myself, but are there any plans to add more ships?
You can answer them, Faye.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there will be 3 starships or fleets every phase. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep, 100% correct.
So how many in that is total?
You'll get 12.
12 in total.
So the
Well-
4 phases.
we have planned 4 phases, but who knows? Could there be a phase 5, phase 6? Could there be a metaverse coming in? We don't know. We're 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
Hey, but for real though, are we allowed to talk about our gaming partnership? Oh no, the contract we need to finalize. But there is going to be more utilities for Kyanite in the form of other games who will utilize that token.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
is
can't
there
tell too
any-
much there.
Is there any utility of Starship beyond ship rarity at the moment, or that can be mentioned for future?
Oh, I didn't understand that. What do you mean?
No, there's Starship token is basically the it was the original token that we have, and we always wanted to implement that into the game. So we have that. It basically is the gateway to be able to get into the game for the utility. Somewhere along the line, we may be able to implement some kind of starships to buy the NFT packs, and maybe some other things. I wouldn't like to say off the top of my head, but I think it's a little bit more difficult to have the Starship token as a utility in game rather than Kyanite. So it certainly could be something that we look at in the future, but I don't think there's any main utility for Starship token in the game. Going forward with the token, Matthew could tell you numerous utilities for the token.
Yeah, I don't like to create something that's useless. So we're always looking for ways to utilize our tokens and grow or increase our ecosystem. So
Yeah. Okay, so please write more questions if you want us to answer them, because right now it's a bit thin with questions.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
of the questions.
we will be here for 12 more minutes, so
Some of the
if needed,
questions
though.
It'd been good to have had Jose here for some of the questions if we're going to get some more questions.
We have one question here. What about Starship on TCG World? Any plans on implementing a Starship into the game there, or how do you see Starship evolving in there?
That's already been organised. There's numerous stuff on Telegram. I think Matthew can probably go into the best detail about it. Is that all right with you, Matthew?
yeah. So Starship game should be playable at some point within TCG World. I know that our new game partner has something that they're releasing with the Kyanite token, and they're looking at the options for having their game also available within TCG World. the possibilities for that partnership are really infinite. I mean, they built us a space center. I don't know if anybody's seen the video, but if you can, go check that out. And yeah, and Faye is one of the main characters. They're selling little avatars of myself and Faye in TCG World. So if you want, go pick that up. One B&B. But I could see later if we did move in the metaverse direction. It all depends on how well the game is received by our community. But if we did go in that direction, you could possibly launch from TCG World Starship base into our metaverse. I think that would be cool. But yeah, we'll keep exploring different options and adding utilities to our token and ecosystem.
Talking about utility, how about the planets? Will there be any additional utility for them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but every time you mine a planet, there's a 1% chance to get an NFTs, and there's a lot of legendaries NFTs out there that's not claimed. You claim those on the blockchain, and there will come more NFTs, especially for the planet owners in the end. So I myself have bought like 13 planets now, and I keep buying them as long as I get my Kyanite to do it. But there will be a lot of, it will be worth holding a planet.
Real quick, I want to talk about we are creating game lore. We're creating a storyline. A lot of the community have come forward and contributed different stories, and we've actually just brought somebody on board to manage this. So if anybody wants to participate in the game lore, character creation, like I said, we are adding some bugs to the game. But yeah, we're working on that too.
To carry on from that, Matt, I was speaking with Spazatron and Ryan, and we're going to do a competition for an NFT pack and some full packs of NFTs for people to do like a written competition for it. I don't have the exact details with me now, but it will be out sort of fairly imminently. So people can write about the game lore, and everyone's got an opportunity because Spazatron can sort of beef it up a little bit, so it's not just for anyone that thinks they're a budding writer, because everybody's got a story, everyone's got a way of putting it, and then we can look at it. I say Spazatron can look at it and then adapt it into the game. So there's a good chance of winning a prize and a good chance of getting yourself into the game.
Yeah. So each of the 10 planets will have characters and creatures. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matthew, a question for you. When will the RIV protocol be added?
The RIV will be added as soon as the attorneys give us the go-ahead. So
yeah, we promised that in Q1 of 2022, and we will aim to hold that promise.
Good.
we're really close to that. Like I said, the attorneys, they've been working on this since before November. So this is something that we really want to get going. And I've also seen other tokens do it, like KuCoin's token. If you hold their token, I think 50% of their profits are distributed daily to their holders. So we are looking at other tokens and seeing how they're doing it. The attorneys are actually, and figuring out the legal workarounds for making all these things happen.
Okay, Grandpa, so I have one for you. Will we be able to name our planets?
Unfortunately, no. And the reasoning behind that is because it's an NFT. And on the blockchain, the NFT has a name, and that name is the planet's coordinates inside the game.
Right. When are we going to add animated transitions in the game to make it more attractive?
Working on that, but right now it's as we said 50 times now. We're 3 weeks old, and the first thing we're going to work for is getting it 100% working on iPads and telephones. But like me and Matthew have been working, and the other here, I've been working with the Lori team, and there's people reaching out to animate a lot of stuff here. So things might happen, but it's not our first priority right now. It's getting it 100% working, and people can make money on it and have fun.
Yeah, it's all in the work, so it is all going to get there. Exactly like Asley said, it's not the biggest priority at the moment, but it certainly is in the work. So it's not going to stay looking exactly how it does now forever. It will be changing.
But I want to say one thing here. I've been trying out different NFT games that Jose sent to me and other people sent to me, and I spend a lot of money in different NFT games just to check how they are. And I want to say our graphics are so awesome. Carlos Chinesta, that's one of the painters from World of Warcraft, Blizzard's company. It is amazing to watch him paint, and I think inside our station and our planets and everything, it's a beautiful game.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
yeah. I get like a schoolgirl.
This is like, I mean, this game, obviously, it's the foundation for something else. We're building onto it every day. Same thing with the game lore and the story. That can lead into comic books. That can lead into quests. That could lead into a MMO. We could do so many different things, TV series, whatever. But you know, we got to build the foundation, and it takes a long time to develop out these stories and these games. And remember, we started with no resources. There's not a marketing budget or development budget within StarShip Token. So this was community members contributing time or resources to make these things happen. And now we're getting to a point where we can realize and make all these dreams come true.
Yeah, and exactly like Matthew was just saying that you know, the developers work their backsides off. You know, I know Jose, Carlos, Ramon, Bon, they're all working tirelessly in the background to get this game up and done, and everything will be fine. You know, and I just really wanted to thank them because they are doing an amazing job for us with the resources and the pressures they get put under. You know that you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, we're proud of the team we managed to pull together here, and it took a time. We're soon. This coin is 1 year old, and remember when we started this project, there was like every 10th message was like, this is a rug pull, and this is this, and this is a shit, and we showed the world we're legit. We're doing the best we can, and we're going to make this good for everyone. And at least we're going to have fun while doing it.
Definitely. Okay, so we're gonna take the last question. Can we make an in-game dex for swapping StarShip and wax and Kyanite?
Complicated. I'll give it to Matthew.
Yeah,
I'll put it on our list of to-do things.
it actually sounds like a really good idea, though.
I like that.
I agree.
So the game company that we partnered with, I don't want to go into too much details, but one of the things within their game is you can basically snag NFTs from from different blockchains. So you can play within this game and win NFTs from different blockchains. And I think the idea around that is it is kind of like an exchange where you swap different currencies or NFTs on different blockchains. So maybe while we're developing that out with that team over the next year, we could pull some of those resources and implement them into the StarShip game.
Sounds good.
Yeah, as Matthew said, we don't want to go too deep into this, will we, Matthew? So there's
I do want to highlight something. StarShip, the core idea was that anybody can contribute anything. The community's where the power is at. If the community supports it and the company who is contributing to that community gives back to it, not just in the form of services, but maybe through some sort of monetary payment, into the Riv. That idea, people, they hear it and it's very well received. And we have a lot of people reaching out to us, wanting to partner and contribute to that idea and to our ecosystem. So whether that's through just making a social media post or writing a story, or they have actual working products that have been sitting on the shelf because they don't have community support. And that's where we can focus the community's energy into that product's direction, and everybody can benefit from that. So I think that idea, it hasn't been a year yet, but we can see that idea is very positive and inspiring, and I don't know what's going to come from it, but I do think it's going to be only positive things.
Yeah, I agree with you, Matthew. There's a lot of people reaching out to us with their ideas, and there's no bad ideas out there, but of course we need to focus on what's good for the community. So some come through and some we work on, but in the background here there is a lot of things happening, and yeah, we might see some interesting things close to the future. Today I got a big offer from a company that is we all know them, but I can't talk about it, but there is a lot of things happening in the background and we're working on it. We might see some things happening. Hey, you're muted, Matthew.
Oh, I said, does it rhyme with Atomic Hub?
Yeah, but it ends with hub.
Oh, come on, Leaky Albright and Leaky Astley.
Yeah, we have things happening, and I can't talk about it because then I'm going to lose that contract.
Can't talk about it.
But there are things in motion here that people don't know, and I want to say, from my part, I'm so sorry for the community that I'm not that often in the community chatting. I love the community chatting. That's why I started this together with you guys. But I see there is so much things to do. There's so many things I need to answer. There's so many contracts we need to read 100% thoroughly together with lawyers, and it takes a lot of time to do all the work behind the scenes. And what I wanted to do the most was just sit by my computer, chat with you guys in the communities, and have fun. But to be most profitable for the community, we need to work our asses off behind the scenes to get things going, or else we just stand there with a coin that stands still and a game with no players.
So I have a question. What color is Faye's nails?
Oh, like StarShip.
I love
Blue.
The StarShip
I need
nails.
I need to redo my finger tattoo. So.
Let's see it. Yeah. You lost all colors. What's that?
I don't know
Somebody
what
hit you?
happened.
Well, usually
to-
tattoos don't stick very well on the fingers.
You need
Maybe
to
you should
go
do it on your neck or on your forehead instead.
when you go to
Oh,
the beach,
straight on the
Matthew.
forehead.
My
When you
tears.
go to the beach,
Sorry.
Matthew, it's not a real tattoo. It's just a sticker. You need to go. It hurts to take a tattoo.
Well, let's get
Oh,
one when you come to town. We'll put it on video.
Going to reveal. I'm going down again, 19th of February. Matthew, you need the Florida company ready because I need to go to the government in the US. I need to run from Norway as fast as possible. So going down, whole family, 19th of February to settle up with schools, finding a house, and after that is home, selling house, and move to Florida.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's big, but it is what it is. I have a great job here in Norway, but
hurricane season.
Huh?
Just in time for hurricane season.
Yeah, because we had a hurricane last night. I saw one tree bend like this, so I'm used to it.
All right, what else do we got? Anything?
No,
No,
I think it's about.
done.
Yeah.
We
Sorry,
we
Eric.
will be posting little I don't know what they call them, but it'll be like a request for stories in our Discord, and we'll be making a channel, and you'll meet the person in charge of managing that pretty soon here. Her name's Melanie, and she's also my sister. So yeah, we'll get her working, and if anybody wants to contribute there, I think that would be awesome. So
Yeah, if we have good painters or graphics, and if we have good storytellers, I even got my son working for me now. So let's get Starship up and running. So if
Hey.
it's not any more questions for the night, Faye, what do you say?
Yeah, I think we're good. We're good?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, thanks for the
Yeah.
evening, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
watching.
Eric,